So here we are, year A, Ordinary 30, Reverend Russell, Tony Jones, the HardestQuestion.org, THQ. And here we have the parable and the question where I think literally Matthew's like, look, we kind of got to get on to the Passion Week.
No, it seems like it's
we need to stop these parables and all these questions.
Right.
So
he says he ends on a good note. He has the Pharisees ask him, what is the greatest commandment? And he answers straight up. He says, that it's to love the Lord your God with all that you have and love your neighbors yourself. And
good. Those are
great.
Everyone can get behind that.
Everybody gets behind that, and all the laws and the prophets hang on those commandments. Excellent. So then
Jesus is like, now I've got a question for you.
Right.
Who's the Messiah?
Yeah, what do you think of the Messiah?
How's he polling?
Right, I know, it's a very odd turn of phrase. What do you think of the Messiah?
Yeah, his approval ratings are down a couple points.
No, it says, so whose son is he? And they say to him, the son of David. And he says, then how is it that David, by the Spirit, calls him Lord?
Is this like a trick that I didn't know etymologically that two people can't be called Lord?
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense at all, right?
Like, there can only be one king. You can't have a king and a...
Right.
So one's a prince. And that seems to be kind of what he's getting at, right? Yeah, how can the Lord be the son of the Lord?
I know, they're like, oh, you got me there. It doesn't make sense. Because David is referred to as Messiah. David was the Messiah, right? He was the Lord. And so when they say, I don't even get what this point is trying to be made here. They say, oh, he's the son of David. Is that to imply that he's not the son of God?
I don't think that's right. I think they're trying to say, like, that's just the meme. That's just what they've been saying for all these years. Well, the Messiah is the son of David.
Right.
Well, what does that mean exactly? I don't know that means he's not the favored one of God. I mean, surely they would think the Messiah is the son of man, just like they call David the son of man.
Exactly. So what is the point here Jesus is trying to get at?
I don't really know. That's the hardest question.
I know the hardest question is, what is Jesus talking about? Because they all go like, damn, you got us.
Right. They're silenced and they never ask him any more questions.
They never ask him any more questions after that.
It really is surprising.
The first part of this, the first...
Everyone's going to preach on that.
Of course. But you know what? Challenge.
Yeah.
You preach on the second part.
That's right. You've preached on the first part enough. Everyone's heard about the greatest commandment.
Yeah, this is good.
Use that for the children's sermon, and use this for the real sermon.
Right. You've done the greatest commandment. Now do the weirdest question. All right.
And leave us a comment on the blog to let us know what in the world you did with this.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.